Okay, okay, let's take this Freelander, I think it's a 1999 one, actually 2 litre diesel DI model for a spin. Let the diesel light go out. All the other warning lights come out and go out, come up and go out as they should. We've just taken this in part exchange. I did about 60 miles on it when we picked it up. And it did the job quite well, just with 1 or 2 minor reservations, which I'll come on to in a minute. But starts on the button. Engine feels nice. There's certainly no, it's stone cold at the minute, but there's no hesitancy, or most importantly, no overheating from it at all. And it seems reasonably quiet for a diesel one. The only thing I can criticise on it, the clutch is dragging a little bit, and especially when it's warmed up, the gear wise a little bit difficult to engage. I'm not sure the clutch is disengaging as it should. It certainly is dragging a bit, so whether it's the clutch hydraulics that are on the way out, there's certainly no slippage or anything from the clutch. I'm accelerating hard there from low revs. It's not slipping or anything. It's just to say, especially when it's warmed up. It's not so bad now because it's cold, but once it's warmed, it is a work of art, shall we say, sometimes to select a gear. So that obviously needs some sort of attention. But that's the way we're selling it, so it's just something that's come in part exchange to us. The rest of the drivetrain feels absolutely fine on it. The viscous coupling underneath is in good shape. There's no juddering when you reverse or anything or go around corners. It all seems to be pretty good. No nasty whines or grinding noises or anything like that. It just gets on with it. Sunroof's rattling very slightly. Into fifth. The fault I can find with it, both windows, these work on cables, the electric windows on these. Both the driver's and front passenger ones are a bit dubious. They do go up and down a bit, but I think that one of them's going to snap sooner or later. They seem to make all sorts of nasty noises, so you may well want to have the cables replaced on the windows. In fairness, it's going into gear quite happily now. So it may just be when it's really heavily warmed through. If I stop a minute to see if that clutch is still dragging. No, it's not. Clutch isn't dragging at the moment. But yeah, I think I've seen it happen a couple of times, and certainly it happened when I drove it back the 50 miles, and the chap who we took it in part exchange from, when he brought it over to us to look at, it was doing it then. So expect it to do it again, and I would say we're selling it on the basis that it may well have a problem with either its clutch or its hydraulics. But there's no nasty noises from the gearbox or anything like that. All the gears are selecting properly. Well, selecting as proper as they can with a slightly dragging clutch, shall we say. But not what else I can say about it. It just does, you know, it goes in a straight line. It's not wandering about. As I say, no other, or no unpleasant noises from anything at all. All the instruments are all working in front of me. So both electric window motors seem to work. It's just the cables that operate the windows seem to be a little bit on the way out. The only window that doesn't work, oops, sorry mate. The only window that doesn't work is the tailgate window, and that includes when you open the tailgate, it doesn't drop down, so you have to be a bit careful when you close the tailgate. But cheap little Freelander for someone. That gearbox feels absolutely fine now. Changing gear. Into fifth. Yeah, absolutely fine.